Today, we will be discussing what an essential question is and why it's important to know how to work with one. An essential question, by definition, or an EQ, is designed to be open ended and requires a thorough investigation of evidence in order to be sufficiently answered. There is no one right answer, so it is important to formulate conclusions that are detailed. If you've worked with higher level inquiry before and have used level 1, 2, and 3 questions, you'll notice that the essential question poses many similarities to a level 3 question. For example, it requires you to gather multiple pieces of evidence in order to be able to answer the question fully, and there are multiple ways to answer the question, and the question cannot be simply answered in one or two words or even a couple of sentences. So, are essential questions level 3 questions? Yes, they are. Now that you know what an essential question is and that it's a higher level inquiry question, you're probably wondering what you need to be able to do in order to fully answer an essential question. The first thing that you're going to want to do is read the essential question. In the example here, we have, what does it mean to be American? Then you're going to want to give an initial answer. This is what you think the answer to the question is without really doing any research. Being an American means that someone has the freedom to pursue their dreams without restrictions. It's always okay to provide an initial answer because you will use your initial answer for the basis of creating level 3 questions for ongoing research. Before you go on to creating your level 3 questions for further research, you want to make sure you go back to your initial answer to pull out ideas that you can use in order to develop your questions. So, the basis of my answer is that being an American means that people have the freedom to pursue their dreams without restrictions. I'm going to take that idea to come up with my initial level 3 question. Do all Americans feel that they have equal opportunities to pursue their dreams? If I want to stop here and start doing research on this level 3 question, I can do that. But I can also make more ongoing questions as well. I have 2 more examples here. Are the obstacles that someone might have to overcome to achieve their dream impossible to overcome? In what ways does the American philosophy of freedom for all differ from other countries? You're probably wondering, how do I know if I have good level 3 questions? Always make sure to ask yourself, does the question require critical thinking? If the question is something that can be easily answered by doing a quick Google search, then it is not a good level 3 question. However, if the question is something that you have to think critically about and be able to come to your own conclusions about, then it is a good level 3 question. Does the question need multiple resources to answer? If your question can be answered without multiple pieces of evidence, it is not a good level 3 question. However, if you need multiple resources or multiple pieces of evidence, you have a good level 3 question. Is there more than one right answer possible when it comes to answering this question? This should always be yes, there is more than one right answer. If there is only one right answer, then it is not a good level 3 question. In order to be able to fully answer your essential question, you're going to want to go through the following process. As we've talked about before, create level 3 questions that promote ideas for your research topics. Using those questions, do some investigation through research. Make sure that you're researching credible and appropriate sources of information to seek your answers, not Wikipedia and not a blog post. Record those pieces of evidence that you find that supports or answers your level 3 questions, and don't forget to cite your sources properly. Make connections between your research and evidence and the essential question. And then finally, revise your initial answer to the essential question and present your findings. Sometimes you might have to repeat this process multiple times in order to come to a conclusion on answering your essential question. Now that you know what an essential question is, that it's a higher level thinking question, and that you need to create higher level questions to promote ongoing research in order to answer your essential question. You're ready to get started.